Welcome to the Main Event Podcast, right here on the AGT Network. Join our hosts in discussions of combat sports and pro wrestling. Don't forget, check out our other podcast, the Play-by-Play Podcast, right here. But don't forget, check us out on all social medias, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Help subscribe, and we'll catch you guys on the flip side. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode number 2 of the Main Event Podcast. I am joined by my boy on the other side of the country. He's actually across the border. Costa, how you doing, my bud?
I'm good. I'm happy to be back podcasting again after actually a whole year off. So this is gonna be a exciting and new experience, kind of. Yeah. I'm good. Good to go.
So, how have you been? How was the new year for you?
Yeah, the new year has been exciting, man. I'm excited to get our podcast off the ground and some other things that I'm working off the ground as well that I'll be having news about in the coming weeks and months to come.
Most definitely. There's a lot of things in the pipeline for us, folks. You don't want to miss it. Let's get right into the heart of the action right here. Let's talk about UFC. Even though we said we're going to talk about wrestling, we'll leave that to the end of the show because there's a lot to get into that. But you got UFC coming up. UFC 297 coming up on January 20th. And give me a second here. I'm going to pull that card back up again. I talked about it last week, and I want to just go over everything with Costa here.
Yeah.
And so for the 297, this is the main card.
Okay.
So your middleweight on the main card. Actually, here, let's go to the early preliminary card. Okay, your welterweight.
Okay.
You have Leon Sons versus Sam Patterson. To me, that's going to be a good match. They're both hard hitters. You have the women's flyweight, Jasmine. I'm going to mess up this last name. Jasavicius versus Priscilla Chirera. I don't know too much about these women. Folks, I'm sorry. I'm learning very quickly here. And then you also have the flyweight, Malcolm Gordon versus Jimmy Flock. On the preliminary card, the early one, which would you consider a standout match for you that you would want to see?
I would say Patterson's match. I would say Patterson's match is definitely a standout. I want to see who's going to come out on top of that. They're two great and tough fighters. So I'm interested to see who comes out on top in that match. And of course, the women always put on a battle. Like it's even better than the men, to be honest. Most of the time. So those matches are definitely very, very interesting as well. So
I gotta give these women credit for stepping into a man's sport.
Exactly. If
you realize it, UFC, boxing, MMA, Bellator, all are basically dominated by men, and these women are stepping up to the plate and showing who really runs the yard.
Exactly. And man, I can guarantee you that most of the women that are champions can probably beat up the men in a fight for real. So they're tough. They're really, really tough.
Yep. So then you have your preliminary card. Okay?
Yeah.
The bantamweight, you have Brad Katana versus Garrett Armfield.
Okay.
Then you have the featherweight, Charles Jordan versus Sean Woodson.
Yep.
Then you have another bantamweight, Shariah Sydney versus Roman Cherevas.
Okay.
Again, folks, I'm sorry for messing up these last names. Then you have the women's strawweight, Jillian Robertson versus Polana Viana.
Okay. Yes.
On the preliminary card side, which one would you
I
consider
would
to
go with
be
yeah.
the one that you want to watch?
I would say, to be honest, I would say, okay, it's a tough one. It's a tough tie between Katana's matchup and Woodson's matchup. Again, I want to see who comes up on top of those two matches. And again, you can never doubt the women that are in these matches. I can guarantee you, one of the great things about UFC is that a lot of these matches are unpredictable. Like you never know what's gonna happen. So yeah, it's a great card overall, and I'm really excited. I think this January 20th, right? It's right in my hometown of
Yes,
Toronto, right? So everybody's
correct. It's right in
excited for
Toronto.
yeah, it's right in Toronto. So everybody here is excited to have a pay-per-view here, and yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be tuned into it for sure.
I mean, granted, you had wrestling up in Toronto for years, but now you're
Yeah,
getting the UFC to come up.
exactly.
You're getting other sports. You forget about baseball, hockey, basketball. That's a whole nother subject and a whole nother show. But for the combat sports, you're finally starting to get recognition from mainstream combat sports going up to Canada. Whether it's up to Toronto or Montreal, yeah, they're finally coming up there and saying, hey, guys, we're bringing it to you now.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? It's due. The reason why we're getting recognition is because everybody's starting to figure out that we have a crazy fan base here for combat sports, whether it's wrestling or UFC. There's a crazy fanatical fan base out here, and I'm one of them. So yeah, I know how it is out here. So
well, you're always a crazy person, Costa.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's get into the main card. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
The main card. You have middleweight Sean Strickland, who is your champion, going against Darius Du Laprise.
Yep.
Then you have women's bantamweight Rachel Pennington versus Myra Beno Silva.
Yeah. Okay.
Then you have another welterweight. Now you have welterweight Neil McGinney versus Mike Mallet.
Okay.
You have another middleweight, Chris Curtis versus Marc-Andre Barota or Barulut.
Yeah.
And then your featherweight is Arnold Allen versus Moiversa Olivo.
Okay. It's all right.
Out of this one, out of the main card, who would you pick?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I think Strickland retains. I think Strickland retains his championship, and yeah, I think for the other ones, I think let me see. I think Mattis. Did you say Mattis or I forgot what you said, but I think it was Mattis. Is gonna. I forgot his name now, but sorry. Off the top of my head, I think he's gonna retain. I mean, have a challenging matchup, and yeah, I'm excited. I think see the thing with the reason why a lot of people may think that this event is underestimated. People are underestimating this event is because I think it was first reported that Volkanovski was supposed to be part of the this pay-per-view's main event, right? But I think he had to pull out. I think he got injured or something, and he had to pull out of the main event. So a few months ago, the main event got switched to Strickland and yeah, Strickland, right? The Strickland matchup. So yeah, I think to be honest, I think a lot of people are underestimating how good this event is gonna be, and I guarantee that it's gonna be above people's expectations. At least that's what I'm expecting.
Okay. Now we'll get into boxing a little. Well, actually, before I switch it over, which
Yeah.
one do you think might steal the show?
To be honest, I think wow, I think Strickland might steal the show, the main event. I think because I'm a fan of Strickland's fighting style, and I think he's gonna surprise a lot of people in terms of the way that they're expecting him to fight. So I think yeah, I think Strickland's gonna steal the show. The main event is gonna be the real main event, the one to see.
Okay. So let's get into MMA real quick. Well,
Boxing.
MMA and UFC is all considered one right now through ESPN.
Yes.
As again, I said on the show last week, Conor McGregor announces a June return fight, but UFC is mum on it. How do you feel about Conor McGregor coming back?
I might be in the minority here, but I love Conor McGregor, so I want him to come back. I'm expecting him to come back, and I'm not too sure why UFC is keeping. Well, maybe they're keeping him mum because it's true. Because if it was false, I'm pretty sure they would have said something about it already, right? So I guess
Right, and he's saying he wants to do this fight during International Fight Week here in the States in Vegas.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Now, supposedly, it's rumored that he's going to go against Chandler.
Ooh, okay. I think he's gonna destroy. I think he's gonna destroy Chandler for real. If that's the case. But
It's against Michael Chandler, June 29th in Vegas. So we'll have to see.
Yeah. That's the rumor, right? So let's see.
That's the rumor going around.
Let's see if Dana White confirms.
Oh, it's interesting you bring up Dana White.
What?
Because UFC just did some major moves in the last few weeks. They went and bought Bellator.
Oh, did they? Is that official right now? Oh shit. I didn't even know about that. Oh wow.
Yes, it is.
They bought
so
Bellator?
That's gonna be interesting now.
Ooh. That is, to be honest, I don't know if you've seen Bellator matches, but I love Bellator, man. I watched Michael Venom Page. He was one of my favorite fighters in Bellator for real. I used to watch that all the time, so I know about Bellator. That's cool. That's cool if that's happened.
Also, too, real quick, UFC 300. One match has already been scheduled.
Okay.
And that is the ex-champ Olivia to fight. Oh gosh, I'm gonna mess up this last name. Tsarikian.
Oh wow.
So that's. Oh wait a minute. Dana White put out the card, I think.
Okay.
Yes. This was. Oh wow. It has 3 official fights. This was put out December 21st. I'm sorry, folks.
Okay.
You have former light heavyweight champion Jory Perovka will face Alexander Rokic.
Yes.
Former bantamweight champion Aljamain Sterling will move up to featherweight to fight Calvin Kattar.
Ooh, Sterling. Sterling is a great fighter. Wow, I want to see that one.
Now, this UFC 300 is on April 13th in Las Vegas.
Okay. Wow, that's gonna be crazy.
In addition to those two matches already announced,
Yeah.
you have top prospect Bo Nickel will face Cody Baranage.
Oh wow. Okay. That's gonna be a great matchup as well.
And you also have 298 announced a little bit here.
Okay.
So that is February 17th in Anaheim, California. It'll be former middleweight champion Walter Whitaker will take on former title challenger Paulo Costa.
Yes, yes, that's my boy right there with my name. That's my boy right there.
The previously announced bout between Ian Machado,
Yeah.
Machado Garia, and Giaffa Neal will be moved to 298.
Okay, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, I'm cheering for my boy Costa, by the way.
I missed this one.
What is it?
The main event for UFC Fight Night on March 30th, right here in New Jersey, in Atlantic City. It will put on New Jersey native Erin Blanchfield against Francis Manion Farit in a likely women's flyweight title eliminator bout.
Wow, that's gonna be
Now,
a great matchup.
Here's an interesting fact.
Okay.
Erin is actually from my town.
Ah, okay. So I know
So
who you're
I've been following her for a while because you know what? My little town here, which is only 2 miles by 1 mile, has so much history.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of major people come through here.
Exactly.
Over on the wrestling side, you have Liv Morgan from my town.
Ooh, that's my lady right there. That's my lady right there. For real.
So, like I said, you have all this incorporated. We've had celebrities from my town.
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
So, it's an honor to see this. And I remember her coming up and finally getting the chance to go into a title shot. And it's like, perfect.
Nice. So I know who you're cheering for on that day, for real. That's good.
Oh, yeah. Here, let me see if I can pull up her card. Okay. So, real quick, she's only 5'4", 125 pounds.
Yeah.
But here's her stats, okay? Her win, loss, and decision, 12-1. 12 wins to 1 loss.
Oh, nice.
She's got 2 knockouts and 4 submissions.
That's good.
Yeah. Now, I pulled up the card real quick. Strictly just that match.
Yeah.
Farouk is 11-1.
Okay. So it's evenly matched then.
Farouk is 5'7", but the same weight.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, not a problem. This is what we've been waiting for.
Mm-hmm. And you're right. A lot of I guess celebrities have gone through where you're at in New Jersey right now, right? So
yes, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. You're a very lucky guy, man. You're a very lucky guy, for real.
Now, there's another sport out there, another boxing that I want to get into, and I've been starting to follow a lot lately, and that's bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah. Wade Barrett used to bare knuckle box. My boy, Wade Barrett, yeah?
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Oh, yeah. And let's pull this up.
You know what? I want to say something real quick, though. Sure. Bare knuckle boxing is really, like, that actually, it's really tough, man. I don't know how people do that, for real.
I know. So let me
That can
see here.
actually.
Let's see. We have upcoming events. The 27th in Albuquerque. Let's see. So with that one, you have middleweight main event. It's Sanchez versus Cutter.
Yeah.
That looks good. You have featherweight co-main event. Dotson versus High Pine.
Okay.
Then you have your strawweight, which is your women.
Yep.
Sterling versus Savage.
Okay. Sterling might take that. So let's see.
Middleweight. You have again, I'm gonna mess up this last name. Israel Levy versus Muhammad.
Okay.
Then you have your light heavyweight, which is Sandoval versus Alberich.
Okay. Sandoval might take that.
You have your heavyweight, Adams versus Adams.
Oh wow. Are they're not related?
No.
Okay.
Then you have another strawweight, Horton versus Alvarez.
Okay. All right.
Then you have your welterweight, which is Chavez versus Mano.
Okay. Chavez might take that. So let's see.
Another welterweight, Spencer versus Tomlinson Jr.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Tomlinson
Then you
might
have.
take that.
Then you also have another lightweight, and it's Yates versus Pinell.
I'd go with the 8. I'd go with the 8. But let's see. Let's see. It's interesting to see what happens in these matchups, man.
And then we have here bare knuckle fighting in Hollywood on Friday, February 2nd.
Oh wow. In Hollywood.
Go over the. Oh yeah. Then you have your welterweight main event is Palomano versus Trout.
Okay. All right.
Then you have your lightweight Henry versus Peralta.
Okay. Peralta, I think Peralta might take that.
Then you have light heavyweight Escabazanza versus Doolittle.
Yeah.
Then you have your featherweight Duran versus Lopez.
I got Duran on that, yeah.
Your bantamweight is Balas versus Alvarez.
I'll go with Ballas.
Next bantamweight, Garcia versus Incline.
Okay. I'll go with Garcia.
Women flyweight, Viscus or
Okay.
Vicens versus Smith.
Okay.
Then you have your featherweight, Ibarala versus Williams.
Okay.
Then you have featherweight Palazzola versus Gates.
Pazzola, yeah. I'd go with Pazzola.
And then here's your undercards, okay? The preliminaries.
Yep.
You have bantamweight undercard, Reber versus Perez.
Okay.
Then you have cruiserweight undercard, Council versus Burser.
Okay. I'll go with Burser, yeah.
Then you have men flyweight undercard, Russo versus Street.
Wow, okay. I go with Street.
And then on Friday the 16th, they are in Virginia. And that they only have one match or one bout announced for that one, and that's the middleweight main event. Grusso versus Shavers.
Okay, I'd go with Grusso, but is that February 16th or March 16th? What is that?
February 16th.
February 16th, okay. Yeah, I'd go with Gusto. Yeah.
And
Wow.
then
Okay.
also too, March 2nd,
Oh,
they're in Alberta, Canada. It's
hey, there
Friday
we go.
Night Prospect Canada.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's Saturday, March 2nd.
Okay.
You have men's flyweight main event, Gibson versus Rendell.
Okay, I'll go with Gibson.
Women flyweight co-main event, Manson Wong versus Roman.
I'll go with Roman.
Welterweight, Smith versus Thompson.
I'll go with Thompson.
Lightweight, you have Lucanis versus Santos.
I'll go with Lucanis.
You have another lightweight. It's Algarim versus Sabella.
Yeah, I'll go with Sabella. Yeah.
Then you have heavyweight, Tremblett versus Tice Jr.
I'll go with Tice Jr. on that one.
Featherweight, the Sarnas versus Johnson.
Let's go with Tazarnas.
And that's it for that match.
Okay.
And then Friday, March 22nd, they're in Bulgaria.
Oh, wow.
And they only have one match listed for that one, and that's the light heavyweight main event. That's Marklova versus Kolov.
I'll go with Kolov. Yeah.
That's something I'm actually getting into with
Bare knuckle boxing, yeah.
bare knuckle boxing, because I actually know somebody that does that. They're from my town. So I asked them to come on, and they're more than glad to come on.
Hey, that's good. That's good.
And he's also a trainer for it.
Nice. So maybe we can get former I'm not gonna say who I mean, but former bare knuckle boxing individuals on here.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Let me just see if this guy's listed.
Okay. Someone.
Because I know a lot of guys. I could also bring this up on our next show if he's listed or not under this.
Okay.
But I know he does fight here in Jersey. He's been to Vegas. So that's big for them.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Yeah, you're right, yo. I'm like you said. I'm trying to get into bare knuckle boxing as well, because it's a really interesting and tough sport, man. It's really tough. Like, I mean, it's basically like you're fighting like you're getting in a street fight, basically, right?
Yes.
Am I wrong about that?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
No, you're correct, 100%. Like with boxing, they have the gloves. UFC, you have someone have gloves. With bare knuckles, it's actually you might be taped, but it's bare knuckles.
It's full on, yeah. It's full on punches, yeah.
To me, that's almost like taking karate. You go for jiu-jitsu or you go to any of these other tournaments, and that's what they're doing. Is they're right in there. You have the one for karate, well, the martial arts, it's Muay Thai.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't wear anything on their feet or their hands.
Exactly.
So those fighters are right in there, and when they hit you, you're getting full blown of everything in the hands, the legs.
Yeah, exactly.
When it comes to martial arts, I personally, because I took it as a kid, I think everybody should learn some kind of martial arts or self-defense, not to use every day.
Violence.
What you see in the movies with all these celebrities that are kickboxers or anything like that, That's all staged.
Exactly.
For people to learn how to defend themselves, God forbid, out here in the real world, they are attacked.
Exactly.
It gives them a fighting chance.
Correct.
They might not win all the time, but at least they got a fighting chance.
Exactly. And the more you learn how to defend yourself, the more obviously the less chance you have of getting seriously hurt, right? Seriously hurt, because you can still get hurt, but the damage will be lessened if you know how to defend yourself, obviously, right?
Right. And
So,
another sport that's out there is the kickboxing, and that's a big one too.
yeah.
And
Kick,
while we're here, I'm going to bring this up.
okay,
Well,
kickboxing is tough. I know somebody like a female who does that. Man, it's tough, man. It's tough. She took a trip to like Thailand and everywhere where those matches go on. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy.
well, that's like on the sports show, you guys talk about the NFL, all right?
Yeah,
or you talk about the hockey where sometimes the players hit in the head with an elbow or something like that. But in football, you guys are always constantly talking about helmet to helmet hit, the concussions. With all these sports, the bare knuckles, UFC, boxing, the head injuries are more than any other sport out there.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Although what I'm seeing now is that like things like CTE, and even with the helmet, CTE is like really getting really prevalent in football. So I don't know. So I don't know how much protection the helmets are actually giving these players, because it doesn't seem like it's helping at all. So
And they
I
were
don't
supposed
know.
to be redesigned for that.
Exactly. But I don't know,
All right.
man. I don't know.
But
It's kind of suspicious.
the brain, for example, here with kickboxing, okay?
Yeah.
The kickboxing, you're almost knocking the opponent out. UFC, you're knocking the opponent out. You're knocking them out cold. So
yeah.
when you do that, what's the first thing that gets affected?
Yeah, the brain. Yeah.
So the CTE is worse in these kinds of sports than any other sports.
I don't know, man. I feel like, and I'm not disagreeing with you. It is worse than any other sport, but I would say like, I don't know how to explain this. I would say like getting repeatedly hit in the head, like you do in football, is actually pretty worse than actually getting like a one hit knockout, right? Because
Right.
the more you get hit.
Also, too, Costa, think about it, okay? With combat sports, where's the first place that everybody's going for?
Yeah, probably the head. Probably the head. Yeah.
You don't have to get hit here and be knocked out. Your temple is your biggest target.
Even if you get hit in like the cheek.
The jaw, because it chops everything up and it will knock you out. But your temple is where everybody targets, because that's the softest spot of the body.
Yeah. That's true.
So when you do it that way and you're constantly getting hit here, the lifespan of an opponent, all right, I would say a career span for somebody in boxing, UFC, MMA, bare knuckles, karate is less than football or hockey.
All right. Well. On our next show, I'll bring research on the show, because I actually want to research it, the effect of repeated hits versus like one hit knockouts.
I got one better for you, Costa. I'm going to announce it right here. Okay. Folks, Costa and I are going to do a YouTube exclusive on brain injuries and the statistics between UFC, MMA, karate, Muay Thai, and pro football, pro hockey.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
And we'll
Let's go.
actually try and get a doctor that knows what they're talking about with
Yeah.
brain injuries to come on and have a discussion with us.
All right, sounds good.
Stay
Sounds
tuned.
good.
Within the next 3 months, we will have this out here on the AGT network on our YouTube page.
Okay, perfect. There you go, Peter. There was one of our announcements. Just spontaneously like that. Okay. There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Spontaneous announcements.
Because you know what, Costa? Everybody thinks of pro football, pro hockey with head injuries,
Yeah.
but they don't look at the other sports that are more perceptible to brain injuries than anything.
I think you're right. I think you're right. But
everybody thinks, oh, boxing, you're going to get the cauliflower ear, which is repetitive box hits to the ear. Your eardrum explodes and it makes a cauliflower.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's common. Okay. But the brain injury is the most common killer of a career.
Yeah.
And people don't realize that.
Actually, now that you mentioned cauliflower ear, the image that comes to my mind is actually one of my favorite wrestlers. Although he got dominated in the UFC ring, Mr. CM Punk. But
Actually, there's a wrestler out there that actually has a cauliflower ear to this day, and it's from a match. Okay. And that is the hardcore legend himself, Mick Foley.
Yes, correct. He has a cauliflower.
Better yet, if you go back and ever look at an image of the late, great Muhammad Ali, he's got a cauliflower ear.
Yep.
Because I know this from taking Taekwondo, which is self-defense. Okay?
Yeah.
You're wearing a pad, I would say, is no thicker than this. Okay? Yeah. On your head. And it's a little bit more protection for your ears. But in boxing, UFC, bare knuckles, you wear nothing on your head. It's strictly open.
Right. That's true.
So when you see them bleeding, that's live stuff. They're not sitting there cutting themselves saying, oh, I'm bleeding. Oh, look at me. No, they're actually busted open.
Like John Moxley. Yo.
The guy. Let's not even get on that one.
I know.
He loves to bleed.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
But
oh, boy.
The combat sports has a bigger turnaround of careers lost because of brain injuries. Don't even think about the breaking of a leg, an arm.
Yeah. Because
those heal over time. Brain injuries do not.
Correct. Definitely.
You can have a concussion 3-4 times, but after a while, that all hits all in once.
Yeah. And
that's why there was a movie. I'm going to change subjects here a little bit and talk about both sides of our podcast shows.
Okay? Yeah. Go ahead.
Because this is a topic that actually falls under both categories.
Yeah, go ahead.
There was a movie made with Will Smith as a doctor.
Yeah, I remember.
I want everybody to go out and watch that movie. It is called Concussion.
Yep.
It is how they came up with the statistics to look at the brain after an individual passed away that was a professional athlete.
Yeah.
When I say professional athlete, I'm talking all spectrums here now, okay? It was originally just the NFL. Now it goes into everything.
Correct. That's correct.
Because on the baseball side, you have line drives hitting pitchers. You had that one pitcher got hit in the head. I can't remember his name. It's on YouTube. That as soon as he got into it, he had that 1,000-yard stare, as the military says. He was out of it.
Yeah.
They don't know how he stood up.
Jesus
it was
Christ.
101-mile-an-hour fastball back to his head.
Wow. I think I
So
remember that.
With
too.
that, again, folks, please go out, look at that video. That video is the most important thing you want to see on how they came up with the study of it and what they do after postpartum. I shouldn't say postpartum, but after the body is donated to science to study.
Right.
I was shocked at what they found, because so many professional athletes have died over the years from brain injuries.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but sometimes,
Yes.
like with football, sometimes it comes with the territory. Not to sound not to sound heartless or anything, but people know what
you know what you signed up for.
Exactly. So,
but Casa, what I was thinking is we'll take a quick break and then we'll get into wrestling.
Yes, sir.
Unless you have anything else you want to bring up.
No, I'm good. We'll take a break.
All right,
and we'll go into
folks. We'll be right back. All right. So again, folks, we'll be right back. Enjoy the show, and I hope you can help out our sponsor here. We'll catch you in a minute.
Yes, sir. We're back, guys.
All right, folks. Real quick, with Doobie Energy, if you go to their website, doobie.com, you order it. Go in the promo code, type in the AGT Network, you get 10% off. So, go sponsor that.
Sir.
Go check them out. I've had them before, and I still drink to them to this day. There is no crash, folks. Trust me. I like the energy drinks that don't give you a crash, and this is one of them that does not give you a crash. With that being said, Casa, let's go right into professional wrestling.
All right.
This past Monday night, there was a interaction between two major superstars of the WWE on Monday Night Raw.
Oh yeah.
You have the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre, versus the returned CM Punk.
Oh, hell yeah. I've been waiting for this day. I've been waiting for that day, for the return.
That promo felt more like it came from the heart than something that was written scripted. The delivery of both of those things got you intrigued for January 27th, which is the Royal Rumble.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be one of the best pay-per-views ever seen. I guarantee you that.
Now, Drew said something in there that we've all been saying.
Yeah.
He was a champion when the world shut down because they needed a champion.
Yes.
He's doing it this time for himself.
Right. And this time with fans in the stands.
How would you feel if Drew won the title now?
You know what? I'll be. This is a podcast where we can be strictly honest, right? 100%
Yep.
honest, right? So I'm gonna say this. I'll just put it like this: with the return of individuals like Cody Rhodes and CM Punk, me personally, I really don't see a situation where Drew wins anything, to be honest. Even though everybody can make a case that he kind of deserves to win, but with those two people returning, I don't see a space where he can win either of the titles, either the one that Seth Rollins is holding or Roman Reigns. I don't see any situation where Drew wins any
Let
of
me
those.
ask you this on the flip side of
Yeah.
the promo. You
Yeah.
had the returned CM Punk stated that if needed be, he is Satan. That he was going to win the Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania.
See, okay, so this is tough. This is tough. I'll tell you why. In my opinion, Cody Rhodes should have won the championship from Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 39. I'll tell you why. Because now WWE has got themselves in a kind of a conundrum. Because everybody wants to see CM Punk have a title, and everybody wants Cody Rhodes to have a title. So unless WWE finds a way to give them both a title, whether Cody Rhodes beats, or whether CM Punk beats Seth Rollins in a way, and then Cody Rhodes has a chance to go against Roman Reigns in some way. That's the only way I see things working out.
I actually understand what you're saying here because to me, CM Punk coming back meant nothing to me. And
Really?
the reason he walked away 10 years ago like a little coward. Okay? He sat home. Then you had a new startup company 5 years ago called All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah.
They brought him in. Big draws. Great. Gets into a scuffle because he didn't like something. What's going to make you say? Then he all of a sudden he shows up at WWE again saying, I'm home. What's going to turn around and say that he doesn't pull the same stuff again?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why, and I'll try to explain it to the best of my ability. Okay.
Okay.
Just give me some time to explain this because it's gonna take time. Okay.
Go ahead. The floor is all yours.
Okay. So here's what I think. Okay. Here's
Here,
what
I'm
I
gonna
think.
do one better for you, Costa.
Okay.
Oh no, not me. You.
Okay. Okay. So
I'm giving
here's what
you
I
the
think.
entire floor.
All right. I'll explain to you guys what I think actually happened. Okay. So here it is. AEW marketed AEW Collision, their Saturday show, as CM Punk's show, right? Everybody knows that, right? So I think Tony Khan did it on purpose. The reason why I say he did it on purpose is because on Saturdays, you also now have WWE pay-per-views or premium live events, as they say. So I think from the start, Collision was set up for failure because you have a bunch of things wrestling wise that happen on Saturdays that people consider more important than AEW Collision, right? Also, and this is where I tell people that Tony Khan really doesn't know what he's doing while running a promotion. I say that because if Vince McMahon was running AEW, I guarantee you, this is guaranteed, that he would find a way to make money off of the real problems that CM Punk, the Elite, and Cowboy Adam Page have with each other. He would find a way to make it a storyline and have the company make money off of it. The way that Tony Khan handled it was kind of childish, right? Because when you're in a wrestling promotion or when you're running a wrestling promotion, fights happen backstage all the time. It's nothing new that happens there. They happen all the time. So for Tony Khan to say, "Oh, I was afraid for my life and this and this and that," man, just the advice I have for Tony Khan is to grow up, man. Nothing. He takes things too personal, and he thinks that he takes it offensively, and he thinks it's against him. But like I said, fights backstage happen all the time in wrestling promotions. And if Tony Khan was smart, he would find a way to make money off the real beef or the real problems that those parties have had with each other, instead of just kicking CM Punk to the curb. And that's all I have to say about that. And that was my soapbox for the day.
Okay. I agree with what you're saying. Tony Khan needs to stop being a little boy and be a man. Stop being everybody's friend.
Exactly.
But let me ask you this then.
Okay.
Do you think CM Punk came back because WWE was sold to TKO? Well, to Endeavor?
To Endeavor. That definitely plays a part in it. That definitely plays a part in it.
Not only that, Triple H is in charge.
Right, and that's the next part I was going to bring up. Triple H is in charge. And this is another part. Triple H is in charge right now, fully in charge. He's been a wrestler all his life, obviously. He knows how to make storylines, and he knows how to motivate people to bring the best out of them, right? So this is where the saying business is business comes in. Because whether people have personal problems, the good business people always find a way to make the correct business move. And bringing CM Punk back to the WWE was the number one business move that anybody can do. He's the biggest draw other than Cody Rhodes for the WWE.
Okay. Now, I'm going to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Last Friday night was New Year's Revolution.
Correct.
You saw a triple threat match for the number one contender to face Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble, yeah.
You had LA Knight, you had Randy Orton, and AJ Styles.
Yep.
Towards the end, who do you see come out?
You want my honest answer? This is my honest and sincere. This is my honest and sincere answer, right?
Yep.
Roman Reigns will be retaining until WrestleMania.
Okay. But you had Roman Reigns and the Bloodline come out and attack the three of them.
Yep.
You had Nick Aldis, who was the general manager of SmackDown, sitting ringside during the match and said to Paul Heyman, hey, tell your boy congratulations. He just made it a fatal 4-way.
Oh, that was amazing. Nick Aldis is my boy right there. That's my boy right there. Yeah.
To me, it's setting up something bigger.
Okay, go ahead. Expand.
Okay. And I'm going to say this right here. Randy Orton doesn't need the title.
No.
AJ Styles doesn't need the title.
Nope.
LA Knight would be great. But one thing.
Yeah.
He's not ready. He's great with the fans. The fans love him and all.
Yeah.
Okay? But he's not ready yet to be the face of the brand.
Of the brand, yeah. Okay.
Of the brand, not the company. The brand.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
The one that should be the face of the company is not Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, who should it be?
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah. And that's why I'm not bringing it back to my original point. It's like I think they have to find a way to give CM Punk one title and Cody Rhodes another title, right? Both titles, so both titles can be given to either Cody Rhodes or CM Punk, right? Yeah, and so and what I'm gonna add to that is, I don't think that I think Roman Reigns will retain until WrestleMania, and I think on another point, I think that WWE missed another opportunity with LA Knight in saying that he's super over with the fans, and he should have at least got like a intercontinental title or a U.S. championship.
Start at the bottom, the intercontinental title, and work your way up.
Exactly.
Okay?
That's what I'm saying. He should have got a title by now, but he hasn't. That's what I'm saying.
Correct. Now,
they missed it.
There was something else the week before.
Yeah.
Or if I'm not mistaken, it might have been during that show. My mind is fried right now.
Okay.
You had the returning Jinder Mahal. Okay. He comes out, he's blasting us and all saying we're stupid. Who comes out to confront him?
Oh shit.
The Rock.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. Does his move, the people's elbow, great. But he said something right before he left the ring, which kind of makes you go, oh shit.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm hungry. Do I go to a bar? Do I go to a restaurant? Do I sit at a bar? Do I sit at a restaurant?
Yeah.
Or do I sit at the head of the table?
Yes, sir.
Now, my question is this where it's him passing the torch to Roman? And when would they set this match up for?
You know what?
Is this going to be WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia?
You want my opinion on that? My personal opinion?
Yeah.
I think because Elimination Chamber is right before WrestleMania, right?
Yes.
And it's in Australia, right?
Yes.
So Australia always wants somebody with a big draw, and that would be The Rock.
Correct.
So
That's almost like going to Saudi Arabia.
exactly. But so what I'm saying is, I think the Roman Reigns and Rock match would be at Elimination Chamber, because Australia wants a big draw in being the Rock, and it doesn't have to be. It technically doesn't have to be for a title, even though it probably would be.
Right. Now, how do you feel about Rock versus Roman?
Me personally, from all the years that I've watched wrestling, I can tell you that I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. And anybody who doesn't love The Rock versus Roman Reigns is delusional. Trust me.
This match should have happened a few years ago.
Well, yeah, I think The Rock can still go. To be honest, I think he can still go.
I mean, look how many times he's come back and wrestled, being the huge megastar he is over in Hollywood.
Exactly. But trust me, The Rock can still go.
But it's also family. It's cousin versus cousin. So it's going to get you intrigued going, all right, when's this match?
February, probably.
But, yes. But me personally, I would hold off to WrestleMania.
No.
The biggest stage of them all, dude.
I don't think so.
Dude, look at what they tried to do. Look at what the fans wanted for last year. It was in Hollywood.
Yeah. I know.
They wanted Roman versus Rock then.
Yes.
But here's my question: is would they actually pull the trigger this year? And what would make this year more important than last year?
Well, and this is just the way I look at it. So if you look at WrestleMania 20, if you look at WrestleMania 30, if you look at WrestleMania 40, every 10 years in WrestleMania history is when WrestleMania's big matches happen. They wait for even numbers or big numbers to happen where they have their big or title changes or whatnot, right? So WrestleMania 20, WrestleMania 30, WrestleMania 40. Those are the big where big changes have happened. So what?
I'll tell you why I say no.
Why?
There's one thing everybody's forgetting.
What?
He's going after the record.
Yeah, the Hulk Hogan's record, right? Yeah.
No.
Sorry, not Hulk Hogan's record.
He's going after Bruno's record.
Yeah. That's impossible, man. That's impossible.
He's close.
I know that.
He's second He's second.
I know. But people are getting tired. Look, man, people are getting tired of Roman Reigns' title reign already, man. It's too long. To be honest, it's too long, man. It's too long.
It is.
In my opinion,
right.
Not just my opinion.
Folks, I'm going to say this here tonight that, hold on, I got to put my glasses on since the calendar's across the room.
Yeah, okay.
Next week, actually, no. 2 weeks from tonight, which will be the 25th of January.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about any combat sports.
Okay.
We're going to do an entire show on about the 27th, which is Royal Rumble. We're going to talk about who we think was going to be coming in, what celebrities are going to, well, I shouldn't say celebrities, what legends are going to come out, what retired legends are going to come out. All that. We're going to digress every match we have.
Okay.
And we want your interactions with us. So please interact with us.
Yes, sir.
Now, Costa, before I go into not a commercial, but promote a upcoming pro wrestling here in Jersey.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
Just one thing. Just one thing I'd like to add. Just one thing.
Sure.
I'm gonna tell you guys this, and this is just one thing I'm gonna add, and then we're gonna go to the next break. But I think that the faction created by AOP, Killer Cross, and Mark Ellering is gonna be one of the greatest factions ever created, and they came out last week on SmackDown and attacked the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley. So look out
Yes.
for that faction to be one of the best factions ever made in WWE history. I love Killer Cross, and I love all the people he's aligned himself with. So look out for that faction to be one of the best.
So, folks, real quick, I'm going to put up a picture here. It is for one of our great friends of ours, Mr. Mike Morgan, and his company, Ace Pro Wrestling. So, check this out. I'm actually going to read most of the card for you.
Okay.
So, here's the photo. It is Ace Pro Wrestling presents Heroes Celebration. It is February 3rd, 2024 at the Knights of Columbus of Teaneck at 829 Windsor Road, Teaneck, New Jersey, 07666. Bell time is at 7:30. General admission is $25. This is also the Mike Morgan Jr. celebration. These are some amazing talents that are on here. If you see somebody in the middle of that card, you'll recognize it as soon as I say it. But you have the Ace Heavyweight Champion, Vince Steele, the Jurassic Juggernaut. You have Rob Vegas, Mike Mastretta. You have Cade Lockbrock, Dominic De Niro. You have former Ring of Honor superstar and 3-time Ace Heavyweight Champion Danny Moff. Folks,
Wow.
I've seen him hit people. You don't want to mess him. You have Brad Benson. You also have Adam Kane. You have a women's match for the first time in 5 years. You have Tiffany Avatar versus Amita LeVay. And folks, I'm telling you, I go to these shows all the time, especially this one. Okay? They are sponsored here by these freaking empanadas. Now, I'm going to say something. These freaking empanadas are what they say. Okay? It is actually Mike Morgan's company. He sponsors this.
Yeah.
But you have Jay Lethal coming to Ace.
That's crazy.
It is his home. This is his home.
His own
Jay
promotion.
Lethal started in Ace.
Yes, yes.
I was at a show where Jay Lethal went up against Rob Vegas. I will turn around and tell you, I would rather watch independent wrestling at times than these damn hardcore companies that are out there. AEW, WWE, Impact, New Japan, MLW. I would rather watch an independent show sometimes because the cards are so stacked perfectly. Folks, if you are in the New York, New Jersey area, you do not want to miss this show. And what I mean when I said this is the Mike Morgan Jr. celebration, the reason I say that is 9 years ago now.
Yeah.
Mike Morgan Jr. was with his brother and was hit by a vehicle and unfortunately succumbed to injuries.
Oh, man.
Everything Mike Morgan has done since that is to celebrate Mike Jr.'s life.
Yeah.
Mike Jr. and Sr. were 100% dedicated to wrestling. Mike Morgan has been in this business for over 30 years.
Yeah.
He gave up his dream which is pro wrestling, when Junior passed away. In February every year, we have an event. And he changes the names every year, but it is still the Mike Morgan Jr. celebration. There is a championship that goes to winner to winner to winner, and their name is engraved. Folks, you want to see a locker room, the fans come together, this is the place. You're not treated as a fan, you're treated as family. And you don't get that from many places.
Not at all.
So, again, if you're in the New York, New Jersey area, February 3rd, 2024, come out to the Knights of Columbus in Teaneck, New Jersey. Yo, don't want to miss this one. Also, too, you don't want to miss any of the Ace Pro Wrestling shows, because you never know who might come through that door.
Exactly.
But Costa, I'm out of things to say tonight. What about you?
I agree with you. I'm done for the night. I'm done for the night as well. We'll see everybody next week, and get prepared for another exciting week in pro combat sports and wrestling. And we'll be here to update you on everything. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a great night.
Again, as Costa said, thank you for tuning in. But also follow us on all our social medias as you go down below. Don't mind the barking dog. Go to YouTube. Go to youtube.com/the AGT Network.
Yeah.
Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon. It costs you nothing. It's free.
And it does everything for us. So
yes. You can follow us on Facebook. We're at the AGT Network. We're also at the Main Event Podcast. We're on social media, TikTok, the AGT Network. We're also on Instagram, the AGT Network.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And this guy is actually barking at me. My big baby over here.
Sorry.
As of next month, he will be 12 years old, Pitbull, who thinks he's a puppy.
Damn.
Yeah. But folks, again, thank you so much for tuning in. We will catch you next week. But don't forget, on Saturday, you're going to see Costa again.
Yes,
he
sir.
is with our play-by-play. But they have a major announcement on Saturday. So you want to tune in to see what they have to say.
Tune in for that. There's some major news coming on Saturday. So hope to see you guys there.
And he's with a new partner.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My boy Damon Jones will be joining me as our new co-host. He's a football trainer, and he has a lot of connections within the sports industry. So we plan to bring you guys a lot of important guests and guests you wouldn't expect. So we have some huge things coming for the network, and I can't wait to get this started and show you guys what we have coming up next.
And also, too, just letting you know, dropping this weekend will be a brand new segment we have, and it is a YouTube exclusive. You don't want to miss that, because we have a lot of them coming up strictly just for you to check out. So, again, thank you for tuning in tonight, and we'll catch you all on the flip side. See you next week.
Peace out, everyone.